Hey, what's up, social media family? Hope everybody's having a really, really good day. Got a really unique prophetic dream that I want to share with you. Like always, whatever you feel, if you have any type of interpretation, anything really sticks out, go ahead and write it in the comments because I want to know what you think about it, okay? I'm going to paint the picture the best that I can. When you get a God dream, a prophetic dream, the thing I love about them is they're so graphic. The details are just immaculate. The colors are radiant. And so sometimes it's just hard to explain all of the details. But I will try my best. Let's get started. When the dream started, my wife and I were going to an event. And we were both dressed very nice. I didn't have a traditional cap on, but we were dressed up. And when I looked up, it was one of those type of mansion buildings that you would see a movie, created in probably like the 1800s where they were having a big ball or gala. So we were walking up, the long traditional steps, and there were people ahead of us and people beside us. Everybody was dressed very nicely, and we were getting ready to walk in. And as we got to the door greeters greeted us and we walked in. When we walked in, I took a deep breath. The room was super packed. It was super crowded with every type of an event going on in the world today. A little bit of it maybe even looked a little bit like a trade show. You saw different events, different people from all places over the world. It was very, very crowded, very noisy. But then I remember the dream. I looked up, and at the very back of the room, I'm just going to guesstimate, the room was about the size of football field, 100 yards long, it was 300 feet. And on the opposite side of the room, there was a door. And I knew that was the door Autumn and I were supposed to go through. And the people that entered into the room right before us, they were trying to weave in, and it was so crowded. And there were people lined up. People were trying to talk about their agenda and how they believed. And others were just sitting around talking and chatting. But it was jam-packed. And right then in the dream, the Holy Spirit says, lean up against the wall and go all the way down the wall. So we were kind of, moving our feet like side to side to side because it was so crowded. And when we got to the very end of the wall, there was a door. So we opened the door, stepped inside of this hall, and we looked all the way down, and there was nobody in there. So we walked all the way down the hall to the end of the hall. Then we turned to the left. And when we got towards the end of that hall, there was a door. So I opened the door and I looked, and I was at the other end of the building. And I noticed, because I could see all the way to the door that we originally walked in, and the people that were right in front of us were probably like 15, 20 feet into their journey. And, like I said, football field, about 300 feet. They were 20 feet into their journey. And we were already at our destination for that part of the dream. So then we shut the door and we turned, and we were entering into a wide open, vast room, just a huge, beautiful room. And we knew this was where we were supposed to go. Now think about that. We bypassed going through the loud, crazy, chaotic, congested room full of everybody talking about their agenda, everybody talking about, some people were talking about political stuff, some were talking about sports, and some were seeing old friends and they were talking. But like I said, the people were trying to get through and navigate through. And it was almost like different media outlets were on the side with news anchors trying to interview people, and everybody was talking about how they believe. The Holy Spirit had a way for us, a quick, fast-paced access to get around everything to get to our God destination. And with the Holy Spirit, when I woke up from this, the Holy Spirit spoke to me, And he was saying, when you look and everything looks chaotic and confused and loud, I will always make a way for you to get to where you need to get to if you will listen to me. And I kept feeling in my spirit, after I woke up, I was praying that the Lord was saying this is going to be a fast-paced season. This was going to be a season full of acceleration. This was going to be a season where some people are going to put a separation from where they are to where they're supposed to go really quick. Like, I really believe that a lot of people are going to enter into a season where you are moving just fast with the Lord, just radically moving fast with the Lord. And I remember on the part where my wife and I were in that hallway that we were just laughing and full of joy, and just, we didn't, I guess, like, you go some places, different amusement parks, and they have like the fast pass. You don't have to go through the line. You go straight to the ride. You get a VIP pass. And I feel like the Lord is saying, for the people that will listen to me in this season, I'm going to make a way where there seems to be no way. I'm going to put you at the very front. I'm going to move you forward because this is a kingdom season. Now, one thing I know for a fact, this is 100% true. I know this from the Lord. He's been speaking it to me. But there's going to be a lot of people in this season that are going to be bogged down by the sounds of the world, the ways of the world, all this stuff that's going on in the world. There's a lot of people going to be confused with all this noise coming. But then there's going to be some people that will allow themselves to be in silence, to be alone with the Lord. And He's going to move them fast. It really matters who you listen to. It really matters where you get your information. I'm going to get mine from prayer. I'm going to keep seeking the Lord. And, I just know a lot of people, sometimes people will say, hey man, what do you think about this? I say, I don't think about it. What do you think about that? I don't think about it. My mind is fixed on the Lord. And so God is going to move you forward. He is going to advance you. This is a season that is going to be fast-paced, full of acceleration, and full of advancement by the Spirit of the Lord. So, man, I love you guys. And like I said, whatever you feel, if there's some part of that dream that I was talking about that really stood out to you, or you have some type of interpretation, please feel free to write it in the comments below. And if you want prayer, go to our website, joejoedawson.net. Send me a prayer request. I would absolutely love to pray for you. Love you guys, and you have a blessed day.